All right, guys, good morning. Excited for this. We're doing a little flash training on how to enroll more distributors. So I'm going to give it just a minute for people to get on okay and say hello. And then we're going to get into it. I'm probably going to record this and put it on YouTube for you guys to watch after. But I just had this little feeling yesterday over the weekend of like, I really just want to make sure that you guys have every single tool that you need to know about to enroll distributors. Drop a 1 in the chat if you're on, or say hello and tell me if this is something that you feel like you could get better at, or if you're like, man, I want to be able to do this more, or maybe you feel that you don't have the tools or you don't have the success yet. All of these things are real like internal setbacks that we have as we grow our business, but I'm very confident in what I'm about to tell you. And I know that if you apply these things and you really listen, okay, like to what I'm going to tell you, you listen to these things, write them down if you have to, but then you apply them, I promise you're going to get results. So I would love it if you would tell me also how long you've been in. Tell me who enrolled you. Tell me whose team you're on. I'm going to get started here. I'm just going to send this out to a couple more places. If you guys want to forward this out to your chats, we already have 20 of you guys on here. You guys are hungry to want to know how to enroll distributors. I love it. So let's go like this. Here we go. I sent this out to a couple different spots. You guys can do the rest there. I'm gonna leave my my other phone up here so I can read the comments. I love to just see if you guys have questions during this, or if I say something that you're like, damn, that made sense. I wanna see it. Okay. Now you'll have to excuse me. I'm still a little bit sick, so hopefully we're good. Okay. So if you're new to this page, I see there's lots of new people. Hi, Deanna. Hi, Sam. Hi, you guys. If you're new to this page, I want you to know that I am somebody that's here to help you outside of the person that enrolled you. I'm here to help you be successful. I've been doing this business for 6 years. My strongest point in this business is probably enrolling distributors. I remember coming into this business and I had this fear that I would not know how to enroll people. And I've also had the fear over the last 6 years of like, what if they run out, you know, right? Like I've been doing this for 6 years, and you guys, almost every single month, even since I started, I have always enrolled lots of distributors. And so I'm saying this to you because I want you to know that what I'm about to tell you, if, like I said, you apply this, I'm very confident you're going to see results. And I'm going to not hold anything back. I'm going to be very real with you. I don't want to sugarcoat anything. Give me a red heart if you're like, yeah, no, you can just be very real with what you actually do. Okay? And we're going to go through this together. It's going to be helpful if you grab a pen and paper. So, in this business, you want to be successful? You want to rank up? You want to go diamond? What's your goal? What rank would change your life? What's the amount? Maybe some of you are going for ruby. Okay, we're going to break this down. So number one, you need to, before we talk about growing your team, before we talk about enrolling distributors, you have to have a vision and a plan of where you are going. You can't lead anything until you lead yourself, right? Like a lot of people, I've heard this before where someone will say, oh, I'm just waiting for the runner. I'm waiting for a runner. I'm waiting for a Jackie to join my team. I'm waiting for a Deanna to join my team. I'm waiting for a Courtney Bowman, to join my team, or a Kimberly to join my team. No, okay? You can't be waiting for a runner. You need to be the runner, number one, okay? A successful person is going to join with somebody that takes their business seriously. So the first tip I have for you, if you want to enroll anything in your business, is you for yourself need to have a vision of where you're going. You need to take your business seriously. You need to treat this like a business in order for other people to treat it like a business. People always have this question like, how do I make people take me seriously? You don't need to wait for people to take you seriously. You need to take yourself seriously well before anybody else takes you seriously. And guys, if this is making sense, put a fire emoji in the chat, okay? I want you guys to be interactive on here because I want to know that what I'm saying is making sense. You need to treat your business seriously. Now, what does that look like? Well, on social media, it's being consistent. It's being willing to you know, I think about what would a business owner do? Like, okay, let's say, for example, I own the restaurant down the street. Okay, I live in a super small town. Like, there's a restaurant, I'm pretty sure, one. Okay, listen, if this restaurant didn't open every day, if he didn't have like a menu and he didn't have a drink menu and he didn't have a plan and there was never a server on, I wouldn't even look at that as a business. I'd be like, this is some hobby that you're doing. You probably fell into mommy and dad's money. Like, I don't trust your food. Like, there is a psychology behind running a business. And so that means that when it's not going well, you know what? Maybe at the restaurant yesterday, server came on, she sucked, she dropped all the food, you know, that was cost, you know, eaten by the company. Maybe they weren't even busy yesterday. Maybe they had a big reservation that didn't show up, right? Like, what you know what I'm saying? Like, do we get what I'm saying? Guess what? The restaurant's still going to open today, because if they didn't, that wouldn't be a business. And so the first thing that you need to do as a distributor is take ownership, okay? I don't care what you guys do. I didn't care that my upline left a week after I started. This is my business. You are the captain of your ship. Okay? This is not like Emma's diamond chart, Leslie's diamond chart, Caitlin's diamond chart isn't Jackie mowing it and rowing it. Like, no, I want you to come in and out-earn me. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is not something where it's like, well, I'm just on the back. No, you're the captain of your ship. When you have the decision, when you have the know-how of where you're going, when you treat this business seriously, when you show up, this is the foundation of having a successful business. And I feel like what a lot of people do is they get emotions tied in. Does this make sense? So when things are going really well, they have this burst of emotion. When things are going maybe not well, when they run into a hurdle, when they run into a setback, they're like, well, maybe I'll just take a week off. No, you have to almost have a monk mindset through whatever you do, that where like it's a fine line, right? Things are going really well, great, I'm going to stay the course. Things are not going well, you know what, I'm going to work a little bit harder. This is number one, and I feel like this is what not talked about enough, because at the end of the day, like, it's easy for you to quit on this. It's very easy for you to turn your phone off. It's very easy for you to not do anything. It's very easy for you to not read your book to personally develop. It's going to be very easy for you to check out and not answer anybody, or not follow up with your leads, and not, you know, decide that you're going to get better. But when you do these things, you show your network that you're serious and about your business. When you show your network that you're serious and about your business for a period of time, different time required by different people. Some people might need to watch you for 3 years. Other people will join you the first time they talk to you. This is how you're going to build that stable, like, getting better foundation where people can take your business seriously. I also want to say that success loves speed. Okay, I told you I'm gonna be real with you guys. You know, what inspires you? Is it the money? Is it the freedom? Is it the results? You know, I'm not perfect. I'm very far from perfect. I make a lot of mistakes, but one thing I feel like I've mastered is knowing that success likes speed. If you'll give yourself 2 years to go diamond, it's going to take you 2 years to go diamond. If you say, no, you know what? I need to get through this training so I can learn the skill, so I can apply it, and the faster I do that, the faster I'm going to get results, you're probably going to move along faster. So step one, do you want to enroll distributors? You know what? I'm going to say to you, I want you to go all in. What does that look like? I want you to decide that this is important for you. The disposition needs to come before the position, okay? So I'm just going to put number one is the desire. It's the desire to have a strong business. It's the desire to want to get better. It's the desire to want to learn the skill. It's the desire to want to pivot. It's the desire to let people know that you have a business. It's the desire, okay? This will be the foundation for everything else you do. Number two, okay? You guys are going to be shocked at this one. No, you won't probably. Okay, the second thing, if you want to enroll more distributors and grow your team, is you have to grow your network, okay? When I came into this business, we went diamond in 3 months, meaning no matter where you are in your business right now, I don't care if you've hit diamond and you have fallen back. I don't care if you've never hit diamond and it feels so scary and far for you. I don't care if you join after this live. I have seen too many people come in and go diamond in 90 days. Which should give you the knowledge to know that no matter where you are right now, This could be a very attainable goal for you. Now, I know that some of you are going to say, well, I've been shooting, and guys, if you have like, by the way, anything that I'm saying, if you have like a question follow-up or an objection, I want you to put it in the chats, because if you're thinking it, someone else is thinking it. But I want to say the one that I know people are thinking. Well, I've been already shooting for diamond for over 90 days. What's wrong with me? Nothing's wrong with you. You might just need to pivot on what you're doing. Pivot needs to be as strong as the action. Am I frozen for you guys? No. You might need to pivot. You might need to self-assess. You know, you might need to be like, what I've learned in this business is no one can accurately look at your business the way that you can, right? Nobody can accurately say, Jackie, you haven't been doing leadership training, and that might be your shortfall. Nobody can accurately say, Jackie, you know, you've been posting, but like you haven't been messaging, or that's the thing that's holding you back. One of the things that I feel, you have to be very critical of your own self, right? So what do I need to tweak to get me there faster? And so one of the biggest hurdles that I had at the beginning of my business was knowing that I had zero people looking at me. Nobody cared, okay? My friends list didn't care that I was doing this business. My family didn't care I was doing this business. They'd already seen me fail at one before. So immediately I had to go, okay, if I want to go diamond, which at the time was 25 distributors and 8,000 in volume, I need to get new people in my network. That's it. Now, again, I can do this slowly or I can do this fast. Totally, you can do it slowly, but I don't know about you. I don't want to take 8 years to go diamond. I wanted to go diamond yesterday because I was super broke. So growing my network was very important, because I knew that if I was going to do the things for my business, if I was going to post, if I was going to do host to post, if I was going to do reels, if I was going to do messages, I couldn't circle the same 200 people. So what do you do every single day to grow your network? Now, I already know there's people that are going to say, well, I try to grow my network. And again, guys, I'm going to be red with you. I'm going to be real. I'm going to talk to you like I would want to talk. I've talked to myself. Okay. So if that's okay, give me a heart in the chat. If that's not okay, well, too bad, because I'm going to. Just joking. You can leave. Just joking. Like, you don't have to leave, but like, you can be like, I don't want to listen to this. Sometimes you need it, and sometimes you're like, I don't want to listen to it. This is just how I would talk to myself. Okay. I know I need to get, like, there's just, if I'm running into an issue, I can't add somebody. The question becomes, what are you going to do about it? Because you know what? And by the way, if you guys didn't look at my last post, go look at my last post after this live, because I feel like it's going to speak to some of you, because I was just like all in my feels when I wrote it. But it's like, what are you going to do about it? Are you going to run into objections and hurdles as you build this business? Yes. Are you going to run into objections and hurdles if you were the owner of a restaurant in a small town and then yesterday your server dropped all the food, so now you're negative money because nobody came in because you live in a small town? Yes. Are you going to run into objections and hurdles with the housing market and the interest rates going up, with people that bought a house planned for this 5 years ago and now it's this tomorrow? Yes. Are your kids going to be annoying? Yes. You know what I'm saying? Like, I get it. It's annoying. You know, I don't like when I go and add 10 people and then 2 of them accept. I get it. But I'm trying to give you the mindset. What are you going to do about it? So in anything that comes my way, as much as it's valid for it to be annoying, as much as, like, I always give the examples, I want to rip my eyebrows out my face. Valid. Yes. A lot of these feelings come when I'm by myself and I'm like, you know, nobody, you guys don't even know, just as I'm sure that you have these feelings by yourself when you're not talking to anyone else and you're like, I just want to like complain. And it's like, yes, but when it comes down to it, it's like, what do you do about it? Right? It's the pivot. So growing your network, no matter how you slice or dice it, is crucial to you enrolling more distributors. Why? Because if this is your network right now that you have in your life, this little square, okay, there is just going to be a percentage of people that buy from you and join your team. Listen, if this is everyone you know, these are your people that are going to do it. That means that your mom and your sister and your aunt, they're just not going to do it. They're not going to do it. And so you can spend your time convincing these people till you're blue in the face as to why they should join your team. Or you could go find the other 5 billion people on this planet, which is what I did right away, because I was like, I get my stubbornness from my mom, and I'm not going to be convincing her of anything. And so I'm going to go find the other people. So very quickly, I knew I had to get speed to get more eyes in my network. Now, this is not an overnight thing. This was a daily process where sometimes it felt like I was taking 2 steps forward, 5 steps back. But guess what, guys? There was that little break in the system, that little break through my action that surpassed me so far, that catapulted me. I can think of times in my business where one thing that I did catapulted me. I remember my one TikTok view. I had to post 297 videos that did nothing before one of them got 1 million views and enrolled me like 40 people and grew my network by double. Okay? How many people are going to quit before they do something, let alone 297 times, 5 times without getting results? And remember, I'm not talking, hi, it works, I quit my business. I'm talking the silent quit where you actually pretend like you're still working, but really behind the scenes you're doing nothing. That is amplifying the results of not getting the results that you don't want. Does this make sense? We've all been here. So if you're like, dang, okay, we've all been here. You have to just realize that that one break can make all the difference. So growing your network, how do I do this? I get into groups and I manually add. I do host to post. I post there's multiple trainings on this in our team page. How to, Maggie's tip. Somebody dropped Maggie's video. It's that 8-minute video that talks about memes and groups. This is giving her exposure. It's a numbers game. If you do all the right things, but you only are exposed to 200 people, you could do all the right things till you die. But it's a numbers game. Right? I know that if I do something, if I go fishing in a pond with 200 fish and I have the exact same skill and I go fishing in a pond with 5,000, naturally I'm going to catch more fish. This is an evolving wheel in our business. I'm always looking to grow my exposure and my network and my followers. That's why every day it can feel like, man, I'm doing these things. I'm doing host to post. I'm growing my network in groups. I'm not seeing the immediate results. That's because we live in a microwave mindset where we feel like we do something and we should see the results, right? No, it's like things take time. Things sprout at different times. Things need different things to sprout. But what I do know is if you stop planting, you're definitely not going to harvest. I guess sometimes you just need to hear yeah, you know what, it is hard and it sucks sometimes and you feel like you don't know why you're doing it. But what I'll tell you is for someone that's been doing this for 6 years and I don't take my foot off the gas, this is how I constantly enroll. It's not because I'm better than you. It's not because I know more than you. It's because I am persistent to a fault when it feels good and when it doesn't, okay? So growing your network is key. Number 3. Okay, next tip I have. I told you this training was going to be signing distributors. So this is how I want you to understand when it comes to enrolling. When we talk products, okay, when you share the benefits of a product, when you sell the solution to a problem that people could be experiencing that would be solved with our product. Example, when you're talking about bloating and gut health and you have the solution of aloe and you're listing the benefits, you're solving a problem for people that they know they have. They want to lose weight. Put the word yes in the chat if this makes sense. When you show a before and after of brittle, dry hair and thinning hair, and then you talk about how our serum did this in 30 days, you're solving a problem where the person reading it is like, okay, I want to thicken my hair, right? But it's the psychology behind it where it's like, no, the first time that somebody sees it, they're not just going to be like, oh, here you go. Here's my credit card for that thing that you just posted. No, we're in a people business. There is a psychology behind this. Like people sometimes will leave you on red for 20 times before they say, okay, girl, I'm in. I've been watching you make this coffee every day. But most people get so in their head about the 20 times that they said no that they're like, this just isn't for me. No, you're just not seeing the course through, okay? So, distributors, you are solving a problem for people that they might not even know that there's a solution to. Okay, so what does this mean? When you share the business opportunity, when you share your story, when you are relatable through what you post, okay, this will give a space for people to say, me too. I have that problem. I want that solution. So let's talk about telling your story, okay? So what do I mean when I say tell your story? I don't mean you say, hey, I'm Jackie Deering. I grew up in White Rock. Had really curly hair when I was growing up, and then I played soccer, and then I went through drug addiction, and then I moved to a new town where I whoopsie-daisies got pregnant, and now I'm here. Like, no, that doesn't, my story is, your story is gonna change, but like, I remember when I started this business, my story was, I was a brand new mom, I had gone through some life, I was working at 2 jobs, I was struggling to make ends meet. My heart broke when I had my son, and I looked at home, and I was holding him, this little potato in my arm, and I was looking at him, and I was thinking, like, damn, how am I going to be home with you? Like, I don't want to leave you. It broke my heart. It gave me anxiety to think about how I would go to daycare to see that one daycare had a whole lineup for 2 years, and then the next daycare didn't have any lineup, and I was thinking, well, why doesn't this daycare have a lineup? Because, and then I was realizing that I would be working away from him just to be able to pay for daycare for somebody else to raise him, and how lost I felt and how hopeless I felt and how I didn't know there was another way until I found a lady doing what we did. My story didn't start with it works. Your story doesn't start at it works. Your story, when you talk about the business, is going to be compelled of the actions and the things in your life that led you to making a decision about why you're here. And you guys, people feel like social media has to be this highlight reel, this I'm perfect. No, I don't relate to perfect people. Do you? Like, do you relate to somebody that has it all together all the time? I'm like intimidated by those people. I'm like, oh girl, I'm going to offend you. Like, we can't hang out because I'm going to say something that's going to offend you. Or like, you're not going to like my house. Or like, you're going to like, oh, you're going to think like, we're not going to, I'm not perfect. So if you're perfect, I'm not perfect, and you're going to be disgusted at how unperfect I am, right? And so when you share who you are authentically, and you share your struggles, and you share your whys, and you share what you're feeling and what you're going through, it almost just gives people the space to be like, oh my God, I'm not the only one. And I'm not saying go let all your skeletons out of the closet. Like, I didn't join this business and say, hey everyone, just so everyone knows here, I literally should be dead. Drug addiction almost got me, but don't worry, I'm here. But also, I have negative $47 in my bank account, but I did find the toonie to go to McDonald's today, but also I put $10 in my gas tank, and I hope I don't run out of gas on the way to work. And also, life is espresso depresso at home because all we're doing is fighting over money. Like, no, I didn't like come in here and just like list it out and be like, well, who wants to join me? No, there's an art in doing it, but the formula that you need to think about is where you are or where you've been, what you've gone through, what led you to finally joining a business, but where you're going. You need to have vision on where you're going. So I remember getting my first paycheck of $30 or whatever it was, $27. And I drove to the gas station in between my job at TELUS and serving at Red Robin's, and I put that in my gas car, and I took a picture, and I said, you know what, you guys, I just got to say, I'm very grateful that my side business that I just started just put gas in my car, because I don't know if anyone relates to this, but I work 60 hours a week, and I'm still looking at my bank account when I put gas in my car. And, I just feels good to be able to do this. Like, I don't know if you relate. And I remember being so worried. I actually had my dad call me from that post, and he was like, I remember him saying, like, why do you think that this is going to attract somebody? Like this is so different from how, you gotta go get a corporate job. What are you doing in a corporate job? You're gonna go take a loan out for the clothes you can't afford to show up as the person that you aren't even are, so other people can think that you're not broke? Yeah, this is not corporate. This is, I'm a regular person that's trying to do the right things, and I'm falling behind, and I want to be home with my kid, and I hate it, and I saw somebody else do this, and if they have the belief in themselves, I can believe in myself for 5 minutes to make $300. And if I make $300, I'm going to be able to do this, this, and this. And it was scary. Like, it is scary. People relate to struggle. Like, if you think you're the only person going through struggle, if you think you're the only person that has hit success and then gone through struggle, you're wrong. Like, you're wrong, right? People go through this. People have setbacks. Life has a very funny way of humbling people. Take it from me. Like, it's where you're going that matters. It's sharing these things and doing it in a way that is going to inspire other people. And it's not having to feel like you have to be perfect about it. It's taking people on the journey. You can say that you're here today, but show people with your action on how you're going to do that. I love watching the content where someone that's like doesn't go to the gym all of a sudden starts recording their workouts and they suck at it, and then they get a little bit better, and then they get a little bit better. I'm inspired to watch that type of content. And so you have to know that people are inspired. You're already doing what a lot of people are too scared to do, right? Remember that. Most people need a business like this. Most people are going to quit. Most people are going to throw in the towel. Most people are going to get distracted by shiny objects. Most people are going to hear from a pitch from another business where they say, I mean, we all saw how that went last year. Who remembers that pitch? Oh yeah, if you come to this business, it's just easy. It's so different here. I can't unsee what I've seen. Guess where all those people are? Another whole ass business where they're talking bad about the one that they were preaching to you about. Okay, if you know, you know. Right? You can't be like, most people are going to get fooled by stuff like that. Ah, there we go. There we go. You know, sometimes you just got to throw it in there. But it's true. Right? And this will apply. This doesn't apply to that whole thing. This applies to everything in life where it's like, no, I want to be inspired by like the grind. Like, it's a hustle. You need to take people with you. People will watch you, and there will be, let me tell you this too. There will be a flow that people watching you go through. Meaning, at first, when I watched the girl that enrolled me, she was super annoying, and I was a hater. I was like, yeah, right, that's annoying. Like, I almost like, I'm embarrassed to say it, but I almost like watched her and like waited for her to fail. I used it as my sense of comedy. I was like, oh, look at her. Oh, she thinks she's so good out here selling this rap. I've heard that rap doesn't work. I was the hater. I was the person where she would message me and I'd be like, yeah, no, I'm never going to do that. Like, almost like I'm better than that. Like, audacity was at an all-time high. Meanwhile, I can't even put $20 of gas in my tank. Nobody on Facebook would have known that. I looked like I had it all together, but like, who am I, you know? And then I continued watching, and her persistency, her consistency, she didn't care that I said no. She was out there building her business. And then I saw her, wow, she's at home at a Tuesday with her kids. She's boating on the river with her kids. Dude, I can't even afford gas to get to the river, right? And I'm watching these little things. What is it for you? Don't be like, oh, I got to go buy a boat if I want to be impactful. No. Maybe you go out and you talk about how your bonus just paid for your groceries. How many of you guys have earned a $200 weekly bonus? Put the word 200 in the chat. Man, you think you're out here minimizing that $200 bonus that you get because you feel it's not enough? When there's somebody out there right now that would do anything to go and earn that bonus. Great question. What do you say if you first got started? You need to talk about where you're going, why you joined, where you're going, why you joined, where you're going, okay? Share other people's stories, right? There's power in coming on your page and talking. It's not, oh, let me copy and paste this post and do the minimum. No, why don't you set the phone up and go talk on your story and show up nervous and authentic and tripping over your words. And you might feel like it's not perfect, and you might feel like, oh, that was so bad. But you know what? It's better than all the people that are sitting there watching not doing anything at all. Like, we minimize these wins that are so valid for ourselves, and we keep them small because we feel like it's not enough, when in reality, the action that you're taking is going to inspire somebody. I believed in myself because somebody else believed in themselves. You are going to have more people believe in you because you are going to show people that you believe in yourself. And you know what? Sometimes the action has to come before the feeling. Let's just be real, okay? Let's just be real. Sometimes, and you're going to feel, literally, there's not been one season or rank in my business where I felt unqualified. I have felt like a one-hit wonder. I felt like an imposter. I felt like I couldn't do it. Like, welcome to being an entrepreneur, okay? Anybody have kids? Anybody like, what the hell? Like, I am not qualified for this. Like, I call my mom on a regular basis. I'm like, hey, if you per se were to have a daughter that has a little attitude problem, like, just, I know you don't, but like, if you did, how would you deal with it? And she's like, girl, are you for real? Like, you know what I mean? She's like, what do you mean? Like, this is you. Like, I already dealt with this. Like, sometimes you just don't feel qualified, okay? But what are you going to do about it? Are you going to sit there and validate I think sometimes we just need this moment of like, damn, okay, it feels hard. Yes, it sucks. You're going to make mistakes, but let's go. Stand up. Like, what are you going to do? You're going to feed those damn kids. You know what I mean? You're going to brush their teeth, right? Like, okay, right? So sharing your story is very important. You know, don't be afraid to be vulnerable. I think some of the best people that I've brought into this business is because they don't care about, I say perfect Jackie, but there's no such thing. They don't care about the awards. They don't care about any of that. They cared about just be real enough to show people the struggle. Because you know what? People are struggling. People are, okay? People have doubts. Now, you're going to learn how to do this in a way like where it's not just, it's like, you don't want to be like, hey, I'm depressed and I have $60,000 in credit card debt and I was a drug addict, join my team. No, it's saying in a way of like, hey guys, like, listen, some of you may not know this story. I came from here. This is what my life was like. I remember having, like, it's feelings. This is the best way I can describe it. It's feelings. People relate to feelings. People take action based on feelings. If this is making sense to you, give me a green heart in the chat. It's feelings. People will move based on how something will make them feel. When you can extract the feelings from a story, when you can tell a story and share the feelings, that will give people a space to say, wow, I'm not alone. And you know what? It's a process because it's not going to be like, okay, Carrie's not going to be like, I'm in recovery too. Okay, congratulations. She's not going to be like, okay, Jackie's in recovery. That's it. I'm in. Here's my credit card. No, but you know what that might have done, me sharing that? That might have grabbed her attention. That might have hit a pain point for her where she's like, you know, I'm looking at all these fake, perfect, bless you, people on social media. Maybe I'll watch her a little bit longer, right? It's understanding what moves people, but then being smart enough to have the journey be followed through. Again, it's normal for people to take 7 to 21 times of, like, people get upset. They're like, I already talked to that person. They said she was going to join last Friday and she didn't, so it's probably not for her. No, it's the psychology of humans. Your best person might be saying no to you right now, right? Do you know what I'm saying? Like, your best person might be someone that's saying no to you because they're going to see if you're actually going to be doing this. Are you going to take your foot off the gas? Are you going to say that this business is awesome and when you don't hit your first bonus, you quit because you're all in your... like, I hear people say, oh, I didn't go Ruby in this time, so I quit. I'm like, dude, no offense, but that is the dumbest thing I've ever heard, right? Why do I think that? Because the time's going to pass anyway, right? What's a goal of mine right now? Okay, let's say I want to lose 10 pounds and I want to tighten up my stomach. If I don't do that by next week, okay, yeah, sure, I want it next week, but I'm also going to want it next month. Also next year. The time is going to pass anyway. There is power of staying with the same message and being consistent in what you do. Okay? So, telling your story. Now, the next thing that I want to share with you guys, a tip for enrolling distributors, is doing these things consistently, okay? People have a mindset of, you can give me the number 1 in the chat if you agree with this. You're like, I already shared that, and I don't want to annoy the people watching me. So if they're interested, they're going to let me know. No, people are not out here thinking about you. They're not out here thinking about me. Crystal is out there thinking about Crystal. Trudy is thinking about Trudy. Andrea is thinking about Andrea. Jackie's thinking about Jackie. That's human nature. Yes, we care about other people. Yes, but I'm not like getting on Facebook to be like, oh, I wonder what Andrea posted 2 weeks ago. Let me scroll down her page. No, people live in this mindset of like, it opens, boom, what's there? That's why when you hear Panago 310 1010 on a football commercial, you hear it 20 times, because being repetitive is going to create the results that you want in literally anything. You want to build a new paradigm, you want to shift your mindset, you want to that's why they say affirmations will literally change your life, because you repeatedly are saying the same thing over and over and over again. That's why when you see people in like a really crappy situation, or it's like that person that you're like, wow, they can't seem to catch a break. More often than not, okay, and this isn't my opinion, this is this is whatever, you don't have to agree with this, but more often than not, it is because that person is habitually repeating, whether consciously or subconsciously, the thing that they don't want, the fear, over and over and over and over again, and it brings it more to you. So, when it comes to posting about the products, when it comes to sharing the business, when it comes to doing these things, when it comes to personal development, it's not a one-time thing. It is very much, I do these things every single day. Why is it important when it comes to like posting, or let's say in your story talking about the business or making a reel? It's because just because you post yesterday, it doesn't mean that I'm scrolling down to look at it. I am looking for my stuff to pop in front of you. When somebody says to me, Jackie, I see your stuff all over the For You page. Like, you're literally like the bad rash that I can't get away from. I'm like, good. Because you're either going to block me or you're going to watch me. And I don't care if you block me, because I know there's enough people out there. Like, in fact, thank you for removing yourself, because I only have 5,000 friends on Facebook. Like, I do not care if somebody thinks I'm too repetitive. I don't care that I share my story and I share why I love this business regularly. I don't care that I post before and after pictures and make my coffee regularly. Why? Because I am giving people the opportunity to see me all the time. People are focused on themselves. The more that they can think, oh, there's Jackie, oh, there's Jackie, oh, there's Jackie, the better. And are you going to have someone that says, oh, yeah. Are you going to have someone that says, yeah, I saw it, and that's annoying? Yeah, who cares, honestly? Like, ask them what bill of yours they're paying this month. Really. Like, if someone says, who am I looking at here? Carrie, yeah, I really, I love you, but like, your posts about you and this business are just annoying me. Okay, then unfollow me. Like, you know what I mean? Like, don't be scared to know that this is your page. Listen, anybody calling Kylie Jenner to be like, Kylie Jenner, yeah, I know you sell these lip kits, and I really just want to let you know that, like, on your story every day when you're swatching them, it's just really starting to piss me off. Kylie Jenner's going to be like, girl, what are you talking about? Like, nobody cares. Like, go do it more. Like, consistency is the name of the game. So sometimes you're going to feel like it's falling on deaf ears. Sometimes you're going to feel like you're doing it and nobody's watching. The good news is we don't get paid for likes. We don't get paid for who liked it. I'm not getting paid by Facebook because this many people liked my stuff. No, I want my stuff to be in front of people, because the majority of people are not even going to like or comment on my stuff. You know how you can really tell? When you have more people liking your non-business stuff than you do your business stuff, you know that they're there watching you. They're not going to like your business stuff, probably. They might not like your product stuff, probably. But you have to get it out there. So if you want to enroll more, you have to be consistent, okay? Now, another tip I have for you is being willing to address the objections that people have when it comes to starting a business like this. So, what are the objections that people have? I don't have enough money to start, right? How many of us have had one of those? I really want to start, but I don't have enough money. Okay? So, what do I mean by answering objections? I mean that you have to realize that when you generate leads, okay, you have people that want what you have. There are ways you're going to follow up with these people. Messaging them to follow up with them, but also having them like watch your show, right? Like my posting, guys, there's strategy in everything I do. When I post an interactive post that has nothing to do with the business, that's me letting people watch the show. When I share my funny reels, or when I ask a question, guys, everything that I do online has a reason behind it. It is for exposure, it is for interaction, it is for my business, or it's because it's a value and I just genuinely want to share it, or whatever. There is a reason behind everything that I do. So when I know that I have people on a continuous basis that are watching me that want this business that haven't joined yet, my goal is to bring them closer to taking action. How do I do that? Feelings. So feelings, objections are real. People have real objections that hold them back from getting started. How can you answer these people without messaging and saying, hey, Andrea, I know that you told me that you don't have money yesterday to join, so here's my answer. No, I want to post things where when people are watching it, they're like, damn, she's talking to me. So what are some objections? You don't have money to start the business? Okay, maybe that's you getting on your story and saying, I talk to a lot of people that know they need this business, but they don't have the money to get started. And they're really, they know they need the extra income. They know they need this, but they have a fear because they don't have money. So here's how I would respond. And again, if you can write down stories and feelings, if you can tie it into these things when you talk, instead of feeling like I have to sell them, it's like giving your experience, you're going to relate to more people. So my story may be like, I relate to that. I watched a lady do this for 3.5 years, and I knew I needed to make an income. I was already working at 2 jobs, and staying, behind in bills every single month. And I saw this lady doing it, and I was very skeptical, and I didn't know if I could do it, but I saw her making an income. And so when I realized it was $100 to join, and I didn't have $100 to join, I just had this realization that if I was working at 2 jobs, 60 hours a week, and I didn't have $100 for anything that I wanted, my plan A was not working. And that's what planted the seed in me to know that I needed to do this. And yes, I was scared. Yes, I had fears, but I was more scared of staying in the same position. And if this resonates with you, you can put the word money in the chat, or maybe you don't even have a call to action. Maybe you just say that, where the people watching this are like, damn, that's exactly how I feel. Maybe another one is like, maybe there's someone that wants to do this, but they just don't know enough people to be successful. Your job is to answer their objections. What is the truth? The truth is you could join this business, delete every single person that you know in your real life right now, do the things that we teach you. You should be very confident, even if you haven't gone through them, even if you haven't applied them, you can be very confident that if you go through all the training in the app and in this team page, you'll learn how to do every single thing. It's a matter of doing it. But you could confidently say, there are systems and tools to show you how to grow your following. How do I know that? Well, there's been too many people that already have. There's been too many people that have already followed the training. There's been too many people that have already overcome. I didn't come out of this business with hundreds of thousands of followers. I didn't come out the womb with all these followers. I grew them in this business. So you may think you need to know your friends and family and have them over for a party in your basement, but you don't need to, because what we show you how to do is this, right? So if you can remember feelings and you can remember stories, be relatable, right? I am relatable. I am not relating to people. I'm not in their inbox saying for the millionth time, hey, blah, blah, blah. I know that you were thinking about it, and I want you to know that I'm in this, I'm like, dude, if you are in that many messages of people, you're probably finding that you're just, you're not really in a business. If you have the time all day to be messaging people just to talk, that's not what I do. I'm relatable in what I post. And I'm so consistent with it that I let people watch me, and I know they're watching me, and I don't care if they message me right away. I stay with the same message. Give me a yes if this is making sense, okay? I want to know that this is connecting with you guys. So feelings and stories and connecting with people and being relatable in what you post is going to help you move along further. And not being upset when it's not happening on your time. This kind of brings me to my next point. If you want to attract more people, you have to do it from a servant point of view. You are not it's like being a slimy car salesman, okay? If I went into a car dealership and I said, I want a van and I want it to have 8 seats, and I want it to, because I am in the country and I am a mom, so I need a minivan, whatever, okay? And the car person came back to me and said, actually, no, you need a 2-seater, blah, 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 blah. I'd be like, you didn't even listen to what I'm saying. This isn't for the car salesperson to make a sale. This is for me to get into the car that's going to benefit me. And so when you're talking to people, you need to ensure that you don't have the car salesman, slimy vibe about you because people will feel it. And it is repelling. You can ask Mike. He's sitting right here. I have been mid-conversation about to sign a contract, car salesman. Shout out to that guy in Kamloops. Probably learned an expensive lesson that day. And I will leave. I will walk away. I will, in fact, buy another car from your competitor just to piss you off, actually. Like, you can't do it from you. People aren't joining this business so you can go ruby. People aren't joining this business so you can go diamond. Again, I bring it back to Andrea doesn't care about you. Crystal doesn't care about you. Trudy doesn't care about you. They care about you, but I never joined this business so my enroller Amy could go presidential diamond. I joined this business because I was a mom that wanted to be home with their kids, that was feeling lost, and I saw this as my ticket to potentially changing that. When you're talking to people, it needs to be all about what you can do for them and not what they're doing for you. The minute it is what they're doing for you, they're out. So how can you make it about them? What type of questions can I answer for you? What fears do you have? Really, my favorite question is, what questions can I answer for you? I don't have a question, but money is just really tight and I can't make it happen right now. I'm not being okay, I'm just going to say this, guys. I have had conversations with people that, and don't be if you're like, damn, that was me. Don't feel bad about it. But I've literally seen where people have got angry at somebody because they're not ready to join. I've seen it lots in this industry. And I'm like, oh, no. This is not about you. In fact, somebody has the full right to tell you that they're going to join every single Friday for the next 5 years, and they could just not. And you have one of two things you can do. You can burn the bridge and get all in your feelings and then have them be like, damn, I was talking to this person and they got super mad and I would not recommend that person, and literally repel business from you. Or you can be the person that is servant. Servant leadership will always win. They're not joining for you. They may join and then not do anything. Okay, you can control what you do, so you can create boundaries for yourself as where you spend your time. If you're somebody that's joined and you're not even willing to open your app and get started, I might check in with you a couple times and be like, hey, but no, that's a boundary that I have. I'm not going to spend my time dragging you. But as a servant leader, I can't emotionally be frustrated with that person because they're not here to serve me. I'm here to serve them. I'm here to help them. I'm here to and when you can shift to that mindset, and let me say too, it's very easy, guys. It's so easy to naturally not feel those things because when you join this business for very, very okay, I'm reading all these comments. I'm just seeing if there's any questions. You join this business for selfish reasons, right? We all do. We join this business because we want to make money. But the minute that somebody that comes in feels like that's the reason that you're helping them, they're not going to want to be a part of it. I'll tell you right now, you can control what you do. You can control the action you take. I believe a healthy split of time in this business is 80% working on your business, 20% working with your team. You can't be forcing people to take action. You can't be convincing them. You need to inspire them based on what you do. Can you drop a 1 in the chat if you've ever been inspired to work your business? Oh, thank you. If you've ever been inspired to work this business because of the level of action that someone else has taken, drop a 1 in the chat. I've been inspired. I remember coming home from, was it Mexico? And really just being at this point in my business where I knew I had let things slide personally. I wasn't tracking the way that I should. And, I kind of had just gone through some stuff. And I remember coming home and looking at Renee and Sherry and Courtney and them being on the leaderboard. And I was nowhere to be found. And I was like, damn. That inspired me to want to be better. I'm looking at these people killing it and I see what they're doing. How many of you guys have been inspired by Maggie's 8-minute video that she's made for you guys to get more traction through memes and groups. Like, that inspired me to want to do it. And I've been doing it for the last couple days and it's working. Maggie wasn't in my inbox saying, Jackie, if you don't do this meme thing, I know that you're not serious about your business. No, Maggie just did it and didn't care who followed, but was loud about what she was doing so other people could be inspired by her. Right? And so, sorry, I had to plug my phone in. And so I just want you guys to remember that, like, you might get frustrated. You might have the feelings of like, oh, I just wish this person would do this. But it's just not about you. So if you can realize it's just not about you, then that's good. Now, the other thing is understanding when it comes to enrolling distributors that there are just going to be people that don't take action, okay? It's very easy to focus on the people that aren't doing anything. I have a lot of them all the time. You would be shocked. I'm like, why would you even start the business? I don't get it. Like, I don't understand why you would start a business. I mean, but I think we've all been there. Who has bought a course and hasn't finished the course? Me. Multiple of them, actually. So again, it comes back to what can I control? I don't want to convince people to work this business. I don't want to drag people to go Ruby. But you don't need very many people to go to the top of this business. Okay? So if you can focus on what you do, I focus on recruiting. Any problem in network marketing can be solved by recruiting. If your team is slow, go recruit more. Sorry. If you're like feeling stuck building under people to hit a certain rank and they're not matching your energy, go build again. Like, I'm always building in this business. I do not rely on the people that I brought in 5 years ago to run at the same speed as me. In fact, if you should be the hardest worker on your team. You should be the hardest worker on your team. When my first 5 distributors quit, I wasn't like, oh, this isn't for me. No. It's like, get better, but be willing to do more. Like, I don't know. I feel like there's going to be some people that are automatically going to be turned off of this training because they're like, get better and do more. No, like, for real though, get better and do more. What do I want to do when I go, like, it's going to require me to get better and do more at any level. And so, you know, don't be scared to know, like, you know what, maybe the person that you brought in 2 months ago that hasn't even answered your message, it's safe to say, like, hey, dude, like, here when you're ready, but I'm not waiting for you. Like, you can keep going, right? Whoa. And so recruiting is crucial. Now, here's the other thing. You need to be willing to have conversations. Okay, we are in network marketing. We're not in net wish marketing. We're not in not work marketing, network marketing. So what is network marketing? We are networking with people. And, you know, don't be scared to like network with people, and don't be scared to offer what you have your hands on, okay? Can you give me the word yes in the chat if this business has changed your life in any way? In what way has this changed your life? I mean, this has changed my life financially. This has changed my life with the people that I have in my life. This has changed my life in the belief that I have in myself. This has changed my life with the opportunities and doors that it's opened. This has changed my life in my work ethic. Like, this has changed my life in so many ways that, and even before it changed my life, I saw how it changed other people's life. I don't feel bad about offering this. Guys, take it from me, okay? I understand I'm going to use this term, okay? I don't care if somebody's offended. There are losers out there that make it their whole personality trait to hate on this industry. They call themselves the anti-MLMers. I like to call them the unpaid MLMers. They're the people that tried the business because they knew they needed it, and then they sucked at it because anybody that has a personality trait that would record a YouTube series about hating an industry and bullying people, not surprising to me that they weren't successful in a people business. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've been on the anti-MLM videos. I've had people rip me apart because I was so merely talking about a business on my page. I've had the comments on my reels. I've had the people threaten me. Dude, like, in fact, I welcome it because I'm like, oh, you know what? Content's been a little slow for me. Let me respond and make you look like the idiot that you are. Don't do that. That's what I do. Do as I say, not as I do. But that's what I do, you know? And if you work from a space of being fearful to offer things to somebody because of what some little hater in their parents' basement suite is going to say, you're going to miss out on a lot of people that are searching for you. I was searching for this. I was desperate for this. I needed this. And you know what? When you're loud about your message, like, it's almost like taking it from the perspective of, you can be quiet and not piss anybody off ever, but one, you are going to piss somebody off because you can never please anybody, but two, what has that accomplished for you? Versus knowing what you have your hands on, being excited about it, owning it, having no apologies about it. And you know, there may be somebody that says, hey, that's not for me. And just to remind you, it's normal for not everyone to want to do this. I have very good friends that will never do this business. But they don't hate on me for it. They're, you know, maybe they're like, oh, Jackie, you're annoying. Okay, good. Give it a like, move on. Like, I don't care, you know. But if I had worked from a place of not wanting to offend those people or not wanting to like rub them the wrong way, I would have missed out on literally thousands of people that found me because I was willing to be loud about what I had my hands on. Okay? When I have a person that, you know, writes, oh guys, I'm so happy this is helping. I love this. You know, when I have people that like write on my TikToks and they're like, oh, you're the worst person in the world. Like, you're in a pyramid scheme because you do, like, you sell products or whatever the hell delusional things that these people say. Do you guys know that when I respond to those people, as much as, yes, it brings me other little haters that are in their mom's basement doing the same thing, but it also brings me so many people that have ended up joining me because they were like, damn, I saw your response to that and like, that makes sense to me. Like, sales makes sense to me. We're in a sales world. We're in a side hustle world. They're so quick to go, you know, buy these from Amazon, but like, man, if my friend was selling earphones, like, I would buy earphones from my friend. Like, you know what I mean? There's just going to be people that are not going to like what you do. And then if you're quiet about what you do in fear of those people, not only will you not be living to your true potential, but like, you're going to miss so many opportunities. So what I'm trying to tell you is have conversations about this. Offer the business. Guys, we have systems to allow you to use, like, to help close these potentials without you having to know everything. There is a video, I'm going to put it in the link here. Guys, this is how I sign my distributors. I generate leads based on what I post. And then if they're interested in what I do, I'm like, hey, there's the video. Whoops, I think I sent 2 things in there. I'm like, here's the video. Give this a watch, and I'll answer any questions that you have when you're done. Like, that's the video I use. And so make it your focus to like if you really think about this, what we've talked about, the magic of this business is A, growing your network. Doing things every day to get new people in there, okay? Not becoming stagnant, right? Be like a river. The water's got to flow, okay? You know what's not a stagnant river? I have a little boat down there by my, do you guys see the boat my dad got? That whole video? Yeah. That one, okay? It's raining. In that, there's no stagnant water. In that little fester of non-flowing water, there are things that I'm not sure if they're tadpoles or larvae or bugs. They're just little things that are multiplying. They're all having intercourse in there, I'm pretty sure, and they're multiplying by the day, okay? And it's nasty, and it's not moving, and nobody wants to be in that water. Do you know what water I want to be in? The ever-flowing water, the movement. Maybe you're going to bash your head against a rock, but it's fine. Just keep swimming, you know? And that's what this has to be. All the time, it's moving. There's going to be setbacks. There's going to be currents that move you forward. But if you do these same things, which is growing your network, posting, sharing about the business, solving the problem, talking about the pain points that potential distributors may have that you relate to and how this was the solution, feelings, stories, you know, giving content where people are exposing to your network. Like, if somebody looks at your page, do they even know you have a business? Like, if somebody looks at my page, they're going to be like, okay, this girl lives on Vancouver Island. She's got a, you know, kind of a sense of humor, like, what's the word I'm looking for? Like, inappropriate, maybe. She's a hot mess. She loves her kids. She loves her family. She loves her dog. She has 2 feral cats that are peeing upstairs all the time. She has products that, okay, here's her results, and she has a business that she's passionate about. It's like, it's being willing to, like, Share that consistently. And then here's the last part, okay? You guys ready for the last part? Let me know if this has helped you guys. Here's the last thing, it is having the conversations with people, but then tracking them. This is why you're not enrolling customers or distributors if you're not doing this. You need to literally track what you do. If you have somebody that's interested in the business or the products, you need to be writing their names down. With those lists of potentials, you are then able to follow up. If you are in a mindset of, I'm just gonna do the things and throw shit against the wall to see what sticks and see who comes to me, you will probably have people come to you if you do this consistently enough, but you're missing a lot of people. The fortune is in the follow-up in this business. So how do I follow up? Again, it could be going through my list of people, right? You guys will see I just simply have a book. I'm writing down their names on each day if I talk to them. Well, this little thing here allows me to now, okay, next Thursday, I can go back to Thursday the 12th and follow up with these leads. It's allowing me to follow up with people, but it's also allowing me to interact with these people. So when you have a list of follow-ups of names that have already shown you that they're interested, I want you guys to get away from like the feeling of like, oh, I'm just gonna sprout all these seeds and then just gather and see who's gathering up. No, most of your time in a business like this really should be spent watering and tending to the seeds that you've already planted with people. That means that maybe maybe they left you on red and you're saying, hey, I'm just checking in. You guys, I had a customer that was literally ready to order on Friday. I followed up with her this morning and she said, you know what? Life is just crazy. I'm going through some personal stuff. It's not a good time for me. If I'm not business-minded enough to know, okay, this girl isn't ordering to help me. She's ordering for herself. I believe these products will help her. I know that she's gonna love them. It's just not on her time. I can accurately say, okay, write her down. Maybe I check in with her in a week. Maybe I interact on her page and say, oh my gosh, what a cute dog, right? I'm being relevant in her mind. Maybe I'm just sending her a message next week to say, hey dude, hope you're feeling better. Like, I'm not even being like, hey, are you ready to order? Hey, hope you're doing well. Okay, I want to remain relevant for the people that have already told me they want what they have. If you have people telling you they want what you have, maybe some of your focus needs to be, how can I better take care of these people? Because if you were to look up statistically, the average of percentage of sales that are closed after the first contact to the 5th contact to the 20th contact, you would find that more people are taking action the more that they see something, the more that they've been followed up with. So then you start moving a little bit different. And instead of feeling like you have to this churn and burn, no, it's everything is a process. You're treating this like a farmer would treat his field. You plant the seed, you tend to the seed, you care for the seed, and at the end of the day, you get the fruit. Okay? There's no fruit on this tree. I'm just trying to show you. I don't even know if this is a real tree. It is a real tree. You know what I'm saying? You have to be willing to do that in this business, okay? So for distributors, share your story. Yes, share the posts that say, looking for people that want to work online, I am swamped. Okay, those are going to work sometimes, but that's not where the magic is going to come from. The magic is going to come from you sharing your story, being authentic, sharing the wins along the way, sharing the other wins. If you enroll a distributor, you better be talking about how you enroll a distributor and why you're so excited for them. If you enroll a customer, I better see you on your story saying, oh my gosh, while I was at my kid's soccer game today, I enrolled a customer and I love that I'm able to do this on the go. Because you know what happens? Like, I'll tell you, for someone that's a red and they're like money driven and I'm the thing that got me in this business straight up was my enroller showing the enrollments. Hey, I'm out for a walk. Boom, just signed a customer. It doesn't get repetitive. Do it as much as you can. Hey, and even when I wasn't signing customers, I'd be like, I'm out on the mountain. I'm talking to one person right now that is interested in making money online, and I'm so excited for her. If you could think about feelings and serving the people that are coming to you, how is this going to make them feel you are going to do so much better in this business, okay? It's not about convincing people and reeling them in and like tricking them and saying the right thing. You are going, like, if you're going to do that, you're going to find, like, if you over promise and under deliver, you're going to find that you do not have a good rate of retention. Whereas if you come in, okay, some of us just need this shift. You come in and you have someone that joins you and you say, hey, what do you need this business for? What in your life is happening right now? How much money will let you breathe easier? Okay, you want to make $500? Great. Here's Ruby. Here's what this means. Here's where you can find a video in your app. You guys, you don't even have to sit here and explain what a freaking Ruby is. You could be like, open your app, go to the learn section, find this. Like, if you just become good at like attracting, solving problems, sharing stories, giving a solution, feelings, sharing your vision, where you're going, being authentic, being consistent, so all this comes together, and then directing people like, okay, this is your goal, this is what I would do. You are gonna find that your business grows. If you wanna go diamond, stop talking about, I gotta find 15 people who aren't doing the minimum and they're just so annoying because they're not enrolling customers and everything is a fail. Why don't you start posting for the 3 people that need to make $500 a month? Why don't you start searching for the 3 people who you can serve to make $500 a month? If you are out here thinking that people don't need that right now, you're crazy. It's the #1 thing on Google, how to make money from home. So are you going to be the person that talks about it? Are you going to be the solution to the problem that people already have? And are you going to do it in a way that's authentic and relatable and true to yourself? If you're not obnoxious and like, if you're like, wow, I could never do what Jackie does, don't do what I do. Do it like you do, because I know that I don't attract every type of person. I don't want to attract every type of person. I am very secure in who I am, and I'm very authentic with who I am, that I already expect that there's going to be people that don't like me. I'm going to expect that there's a lot of people that I inspire because they look at them, they see themselves in me. They see the hot mess mom, they see the person that's been through some life, they see the not perfect person with the not perfect house, with the kids in the background, and the cats shitting on the floor, and the dogs doing whatever, and making mistakes, but I work hard and I've seen results, you know? And I'm authentic in that. Maybe you're a very soft person, and maybe you're like, what drives you? This is what you have to think about. What drives you? What is important to you? What problems do you hope this business will solve or has solved or you've seen solved? What are you passionate about? What's your why? What's your story? And when you share this, again, you will find so many people that have a similar story that they just start watching you. They're attracted to you. And when you start having these conversations, it needs to be less about, you guys, sales is very backwards to what most people think sales is. Sales is not slimy. It's not trying to wheel them in or trick them or say the right thing. It's literally serving. Sales is serving. You have something that people want. We don't have to sell them the dream. We don't have to sell them or trick them. We have it. And when you know what you have your hands on and you own it and you're consistent with it and you have vision for it, like, this business makes me emotional 6 years later. I truly believe, like, maybe some of you just need to get more wrapped up in your team's why. Maybe some of you, okay, I don't know who I'm speaking to right now, but I'm gonna say this. Maybe some of you have already, can you give me I have a question. Can you give me a heart in the chat if you feel truthfully like you have already accomplished what your big goal was in this business? You came in and your goal was to what? My goal was to make $500 a month. Done. You know, maybe your goal was to go Ruby. Maybe your goal was to go Diamond. Maybe your goal was to whatever. Maybe now, instead of just, and I think you should have your own personal goals, yes, for sure. But maybe some of you need to shift from, this is my goal, I want to go Diamond, I want to go triple. Don't even, maybe just put your chart away for a second. Maybe your chart is not your chart anymore. I'm going to show you this right now. Okay? maybe if your goal is to go diamond, which I know a lot of you guys are running for diamonds, maybe you put that chart away and you just find 3 people on your team who want to go ruby. And then now your why is, it's like what Zig Ziglar says, you help enough people go to where they want to go, you're going to find where you want to go. Maybe some of us need to get very connected with the fact that the people that have trusted us in this business are people that trusted you enough to show them to make the money that they wanted to make for their family. And what if your burning desire became, I know I'm going to go diamond, I know I'm going to help these people, but I now want to help, my focus is to help this person go ruby. Maybe it's you picking up the phone and just being like, what is ruby going to do for your family? Like, there are people in my mind right now that I think about and I'm like, I know watching them hit this promotion will mean more to me than any promotion I've ever hit. And I think having that mindset throughout your business is what builds a long-lasting, sustainable business where it's not just you, that you're not the leader. Like, the leader is the one paving the way and ensuring that people know how to walk down the path. I know I'm getting off topic, but anyways, I hope that this helped you guys. If you have any questions about this, obviously reach out. But the last thing I'll say is everything that I'm going to teach you guys, I'm going to make sure that I do loudly on my page. So if you have questions on what to do, how to do it, just make sure you're following me, because I will let you guys just watch what I do, and so you can see and put your own twist on how you're going to do them yourself. But anyways, we've been on here for over an hour. So I love you guys. I appreciate you guys, and we'll see you.